your boy.
Hey folks, I apologize for lighting, but that's kind of important for here in a minute. We're working on fixing a grate for in a fireplace. I'm going to bring you along with that. We're going to be some cleaning, some cutting, so a little bit of welding. So again, right now we're going to work with the cleaning and getting things ready, getting things cut to make it fit. Let me give you a quick overview of what we've got here. Okay. Right here we have the grate. You can see there's some of it burnt off and missing. First thing we're going to do is I've got a piece measured over here. I've already started on this and I remembered about halfway into it that I really should be videoing this. So I'm getting things set up so we can do the videoing and the cutting and do this. Let's do the first thing here. We're going to get ready and we're going to cut one of the braces for the bottom of this. If you notice, I've got it upside down. This will be good where if I had someone to help me here. Let me show you what we got going on here. We're going to use this piece of 1.5 inch flat stock. We've already got it measured and marked so it fits across the bottom of these runners. So I'm going to cut these ends off and clean everything so when it is time to start doing the welding, everything is good and clean for me. I'm going to go ahead and mark these where the supports are, where the runners are. I'm going to mark these so I have a better idea as to when I go to start cleaning these, I have a better idea as to where they need to be cleaned. So I'm going to turn you off. I forgot my battery for my grinder. So I'll show you making your first cut when we get into that. Then we'll pause you there and I'll get some more work done. Okay, we're going to put safety squints on. I'm going to put this in my vise to hold it. I went and got my battery. Now this is just a small vise that I work with out here. I don't have much of a bigger vise. In fact, I'd like to have a bigger one. But again, use what we got. So let's go ahead and cut this first piece off. Oh, I brought the battery out. Didn't put the battery in the tool. I guess it's not even Monday. It's a Thursday. That's just the way it goes, I guess. I'm not going to bore you guys with a lot of this cutting. This is good, heavy, thick steel. So this is going to be a while. So I'll pause you right here and bring you back when we get started again. Okay, folks, we're back. I've got a 40 grit flat disc on my grinder. I got a bunch of spots marked here that need to be cleaned up so I can do the welding on this. When you're working with used steel, used metal, whatever you're working with, you need to make sure everything is nice and clean so you get a good connection. I'm going to mark these, or I've got these marked. I'm going to grind these. Then I'm also going to grind the spots over here on the grate to where again I can get a good connection. We're going to get a bunch of this ground up and get it ready to go, and we'll bring it back when we do something more interesting than grinding. Yeah, we'll see you guys in a minute, and hopefully we'll be getting into welding. Okay, folks, well, I got my welder out. I've got everything ready out here. I put my safety equipment on. I use a jacket that's fire resistant. This is an old mining jacket. Still works pretty good. I got my gloves laid out and I got my helmet laid out. But The key that we talked about earlier, the key with doing any type of welding is make sure you got everything nice and clean. I've got my ground wire on, got my stinger here. I'm using a flux core. I haven't gone into getting any of the regular MIG stuff. I'm not intimidated by it. It's just the cost of it. For what I do, I don't really have a lot of use for it. So most of what I can do here with what I've got. We're gonna get this lined up where we want it. We're gonna put a couple clamps on it. You don't want this flying around and moving around too much when you start doing this. These clamps, these are a C clamp that I like most. They come in a bunch of different sizes. These are just a little 2-inch. Slip that on me. Slip off the whatever you call this, the runner. Put one there. Put one on down here a little bit farther. The first thing I'm going to do when I do this, I'm going to put a tack on each side of these and make sure they're good and secure. Then we'll go from there doing the full welds on these. We're going to do tacks on the, I guess the bottom side is where we're at now. Then we'll turn it over and run a full bead on the back side. And we'll go from there. Glasses. Grab my glove. Make sure this is good turn on. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's turn that up just a little bit. We're going to turn that down just a little bit. Making the adjustments. Let me make sure we're going to get a spot first. Yeah, looks like we're going to get a good spot. So let me put my helmet on so we can do some more. Looks like somebody's had my helmet on since me. Ah, that's right. Playing with the daughter the other day and she wanted to wear it. Get some of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to put a little bit better tack on that end. I just want to make sure everything's going to work the way it's supposed to. Wire got a little bit long, so I like to trim them off. I don't like to have too much sticking out. Just makes for a little cleaner weld. Tack on there. It's not going to go anywhere, so let's go from there. Looks good. Okay, we're going to go through and we'll get this welded up. Then when we get on to the next step, we'll weld this support brace in. And when we get done there, we'll bring it back to do the leg work. I hope you guys enjoy this type of stuff, because I know I do. Okay folks, we're starting to wrap things up here. I wanted to bring you along in for one of the strips here that I'm welding, so you kind of see the whole process here. Everything's clean. I've got most of this welded. Got the ground on. I'm going to do about a 1.5 inch long weld. So I'll bring you along with this one. That's one of the welds. I'm going to finish getting this welded up. Looks like we might have to add a couple new supports here. If we decide to do that, we'll bring you along. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay folks, well, we've wrapped up that project. I'll go show you everything here in a second. But I think it turned out pretty good. Let's see. Here's what we've been working on. This is a fire grate. It had been broken right here, and these runners, as I call them, had burnt off, so we replaced them with a couple pieces of rebar, put the leg back on, we reinforced it across here with some metal, and we basically gave her a good weld all the way through, touched her up, and all of that. Let's give you a quick rundown on the tools that we used. We've got the Bauer impact driver with a wire wheel on the end. We have the Bauer cordless 20 volt grinder. That right now it has the flap disc on it, 40 grip. And here's our welder, the kind of star of the show today. This is a, let's see if we can see that, a Zuno. This is a, I hate to say it's the Amazon special, but it's an Amazon special. My daughter got me this for Christmas a couple years ago so I could fix the rust on her truck. And honestly, we never got around to it before she blew the motor of the truck. So I've still got the welder, which allows me to get some projects done that I like to do. I'm not the greatest welder in the world, but I do like to do it. It's fun. You saw that little project that took, well, better part of the afternoon. You got to take your time when you're doing welds. But again, it's something I enjoy doing. I'm working on getting better at it. Every time I pull my welder out, I get a little bit better. So here we are, folks. I'm Onus. Of course, you guys know that. We are Henny Camp Manor. Again, follow along. If you found us here, we are a channel that we never know what you're going to post. Today we did welding. I think we've got a couple series on painting and rebuilding a bike. We've done brakes on the Jeep. We've done a couple other things. So again, we're a hodgepodge. We're a mess. We like to do a little bit of everything. So if you like this type of stuff, give us a like, give us a follow. Hit that little bell on the side to notify you when we post a new video. We do like to post a new video every Sunday. So look for us, folks. We've got the Handicap Manor page, which is the one that I do a lot of posting on. My wife has Deidre Nicole, and that's where she does her stuff. We've got homeschooling, we've got sewing, we've got some of her art. Again, she's another one that's a hodgepodge. She loves to craft, and her crafting skills are beyond anything that I can imagine. And she likes to do them with the little one, and I don't blame her. I like to do things with the little one too, but I'm nowhere near at her level. So, folks, check back with us, give us a follow, give us a like. Every one of those likes helps our family, helps us keep things going for the little one, helps us to be able to bring this content to you folks. So if there's something you'd like to see, shoot us a message. If I didn't get to show you much of the welding, but if there's something I could have done better, shoot me a message. If there's something more you want to learn, shoot me a message. I'm open to basically anything, any kind of project. I've got projects floating around everywhere. So we love you folks. We thank you for everything that you're doing for us, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing for you guys. So again, like us, follow us. We'll talk to you again.